And they made his grave with the wicked, but with the rich at his death, because he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. So what is emphasized in these verses, 7 through 9, is that Jesus wasn't dragged kicking and screaming to the cross. No, no, please don't do this to me. He wasn't an unwilling victim. Literally, verse 7 says he was oppressed and he abased, or he humbled himself. So in other words, he was oppressed, they persecuted him, he willingly submitted himself to it. It's written about what is going to take place 700 years later. He went as humbly and willingly as a sheep goes to its slaughter. The first clause of verse 8 is literally, by oppression and a judgment was he taken away. In other words, through violence that cloaked itself as justice. So people saying, we're doing an act of justice. We're going to kill this person. This is how he was taken to his death. He submitted himself to what was a mockery of justice. And when it is asked, and who will declare his generations, there in verse 8, that's a way of emphasizing his premature death. He died as a young man. As the second part of verse 8 goes on to say, for he was cut off or killed from the land of the living. But again, not for his own guilt. He was cut off from the land of the living for the transgressions of my people. He was stricken. Now it's continually emphasizing his substitutionary atonement. And then in one of the most dramatic Old Testament prophecies regarding the willing substitution of the Messiah, verse 9 goes on to say, they made his grave with the wicked, but with the rich at his death, because he had done no violence, nor was any deceit in his mouth. This is documented in all four Gospels, how that they, the Jews at the time, those who put him to death through a mockery of justice, they assigned him his grave literally with the wicked, in that he was condemned, sentenced, and crucified as a criminal.